Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us for our Discover Evolve session. We are really, really honored and pleased that you have chosen to engage further with this program to learn more about what Evolve Your DEI Leadership Voice is and what it might offer for you. The three of us would like to first, of course, introduce ourselves so you know a little bit about who we are and our connection to this program. My name is Brian Arao. I use he, him, his pronouns. I'm the president and co-founder of Brave Space Leadership, which is a coaching and consulting company that focuses on helping leaders move from DEI platitudes to transformative action. And that mission is completely embedded in the work that we do here in Evolve Your DEI Leadership Voice. And so super excited to get to collaborate with my colleagues here to create this program and to offer this program to executive leaders across industries. Prior to doing this work, my role has been in higher education and specifically student affairs. I had a 23-year career working at colleges and universities in progressively responsible leadership roles in student affairs. None of those roles were actually specifically DEI leadership roles, but I always understood that DEI was actually a critically important part of that work. And so a lot of the projects that I would assume, a lot of the efforts that I would undertake had a lot of focus around DEI issues. And so I'm really, really pleased to now bring that experience to other leaders, particularly leaders who perhaps, again, DEI may not be in your job description, but you recognize that it's really, really important to be leading in a way that centers those values and is grounded in those values. And that's really what our work with Evolve is all about. With that, alphabetically, I'll just send things over to my colleague, Dawn.
Thanks, Brian. And again, a warm welcome for those of you who are joining us. As Brian said, my name is Dawn. I use she, they pronouns. I'm super excited to be here with you and also potentially work with you through the Evolve program. Just a little bit about me. I am an equity consultant. I am a talent coach, a professional development specialist, an educator, and a fractional leader. And I'm the founder of Abundant Strategies Collective, where I've spent the past 20 years accompanying, working with, guiding organizations and senior leaders through strategic planning, implementation, change management, all of the good things that happen when organizations shift and change. I also work with organizations to design custom equity-minded leadership development opportunities for teams. And I do coaching for senior leaders around diversity, inclusion, and belonging. And I also work with executives in really clarifying what their DEI values and their approaches. I most recently began to specialize in interim senior leadership roles, but in previous positions, I've been an interim chief diversity officer, also interim associate dean of students, and I'm currently a interim associate vice president and dean of students. Even though my professional roles have largely been in higher education institutions, in my consulting context, I've worked with senior leaders across many different industries, many different fields. And that's where I get to do really fun things like apply my Gallup Clifton Strengths Finder, certified coaching, and also my background in organizational and relationship systems coaching methodology. And all of it is incredibly joyful work for me because I get to help people, I get to help groups grow, transform, and excel as equity-minded leaders. So again, that's a little bit about me, and welcome to this session. My colleague Keith is up next.
Yeah, thank you, Brian and Don. My name's Keith Edwards. My pronouns are he, him, his. I work with lots of different individuals and organizations to empower transformation for better tomorrows. I do that through leadership, learning, and equity. And as Brian mentioned, Evolve is a place where all of that comes together for senior leaders around equity. And of course, learning and structuring and designing learning is a really big part of that. So I love this work and this opportunity and this program. Um, as we've mentioned, we do lots of things with lots of different folks. My background is in higher ed. I worked in higher ed for 20 years. For the past 9.5, I guess, I've worked on my own as a speaker and author and coach. There's some books up there that I've written around equity and learning and leadership. I'm also an executive coach, and so I've got more than 1,200 hours coaching senior leaders, and I love the coaching part of Evolve. I think it's a really powerful centerpiece of it. And so I'm excited to be with my colleagues here, and we're going to walk you through a quick overview of Evolve, and I'll turn it over to Dawn to lead us through that.
Yeah, thanks, Keith. I'm really excited to share information with you just in general about how our Evolve sessions are organized, right? So we have 3 cohorts every year, one in January, one in May, and one in September. And each cohort is limited to 12 leaders so that we can be sure you have time with us coaching and time with each other. And the Evolve experience is really paced along with what your timing and your schedule allows. The most amazing part about the Evolve experience is that you'll get to connect with and be in community with senior leaders across different industries who are also interested in taking DEI leadership to the next level. I think Keith's going to tell us a little bit about the value of the program.
Yeah, thanks, Don. As you've probably heard, the real value is really in being able to help our senior leaders who are involved release fear, gain courage, and take transformative action. And those 3 parts kind of organize how we think about Evolve and what we deliver to folks. And past participants have really found that it is delivered on that. Evolve is not a social justice 101 or even a 401 program. It is really about leading around DEI and being effective in creating the kind of change that makes the world a better place for every single one of us. It is for the deeply committed who find themselves a little bit hesitant or second guessing themselves from time to time. It is for the folks who are already deeply knowledgeable about equity and inclusion issues and struggle being as effective as they want to be or sustainable in their efforts and creating that transformative change. It is the small cohort, as Don mentioned, 12 folks, and the individual coaching really allows us to be deeply personalized. And we're able to deeply personalize it to you, to your identities, to your role, to your context, to where you're leading. And so that is a unique part of Evolve. This isn't a one size fits all where we're going to tell you how to lead. We're going to help facilitate you becoming the DEI leader that you want to be. Brian, why don't you offer us a little bit more about the overview of Evolve?
Absolutely. So, want to just really emphasize here, as Keith mentioned, right? This is not a prescriptive program. It is a very personalized program. And that doesn't mean that we don't have structure to this program. There's actually quite rigorous and clear structure over the course of the 3 months this program unfolds, um, including our asynchronous content, exercises, et cetera. We'll tell you more about that in a little bit. But it's really designed to provide you with a number of different tools and resources that are for you to use and to shape as you need to, uh, based upon your specific and unique context, right? Who you are as a person, your strengths and talents and approaches to DEI leadership, the things that you care about as a leader, um, as well as understanding your organization. What kind of an organization are you moving within and I'm leading within? What kind of a role do you have within that organization? Who else do you lead with within that organization? All those things are part of the consideration, right, that you are making as you receive these tools as an individual and collectively in Evolve, and then work with us as your coaches to determine how you want to apply and utilize those things, which of those things are powerful and meaningful to you as a leader, and which are going to really help you to accomplish your goals in leadership for your organization. The program is structured in 3 main parts. And those parts are first that we're focusing on personal foundations, right? We're thinking about who you are as a human. And what resources you are bringing to the work that you do as a leader in general and specifically around DEI leadership. And really recognizing that getting clear about what you care about why DEI matters to you, about the values that ground and energize you in your work. These are all really important resources for you to utilize and to bring to your work as a DEI leader. Uh, After that, we transition and start looking at a variety of DEI leadership frameworks. So multiple tools that are really designed to help you to think about not just as an individual, but also as a member of a leadership team or as a leadership ecosystem within your organization or institution. How can you actually affect transformative change around diversity, equity, and inclusion issues? Uh, and then the final part is really where you bring it all together and we think about how do you apply all of this content. Take your personal foundations, take these new tools and resources, and connect them directly to challenges that either you are facing in your role or challenges you expect to face in your role or at some point in the future. Some of that work also can entail going backward, right? Looking back at prior challenges that you've experienced, things that were very difficult with respect to diversity, equity, and inclusion, and then envisioning, okay, if I had that situation to do over again, how would I utilize these tools in that situation, which can be particularly powerful if that's a situation that continues to be ongoing for you, it's a situation that you do expect to encounter again in the future, or it's a situation that really has you stuck in some way as a leader that you're not able to move past because of how difficult it may have been, and it's getting in your way of being able to be effective as a DEI leader moving forward. And so those three parts of the program unfold again across the course of the 3 months of the program, roughly in about 1 month chunks. And Don is going to now tell you a little bit more about how this program delivers that content to you and encourages and facilitates your engagement and synthesis of that content.
Yeah, so you right now get to see a very quick sneak peek of how all of this curriculum and this work is organized. I get to show you what it means to do self-paced, asynchronous work on your schedule, on your time. All right, so as Brian said, you'll get access to our website, which includes all of our content. And based on your schedule, you'll be able to work through it as it fits with you, right? And everything is organized, it's well organized, and it's well laid out for you. I'm very excited because we've developed this curriculum through feedback, through a lot of work with our own clients. And so here's a little bit of sneak peek, all right? So as I said, our website's very well organized. There are sections for you to do every week, right? And each of the videos include additional resources. There might be a workbook that I'll show you in a second to go along with each of the modules. So this, in conjunction with your coaching, will also have curriculum sessions as well. If you want to do a deeper dive into each of the areas, you'll have an opportunity, plenty of time to do that as well, right? So let me give you a really quick sneak peek into our workbook. Okay, so the reason why I'm bringing you over to our workbook is because this is where everything comes together, where you'll get to do your reflections, where you'll be able to do deep work to think about how some of the content is important to you, how some of the things that we are talking to you about in coaching session, this is your space to do reflection, okay? So the one thing I do want to highlight in the workbook, again, this is just a really quick sneak peek, right, is our timeline. And so the timeline here gives you a sense of how things are paced, okay? So every week, right, there's content, right? And there's an opportunity to do individual coaching. We'll also do a special session if you would like to delve more deeply into the curriculum. And then we go into group coaching. All right, so this is the cycle, right, that you'll go through. So as you can tell, it's very spacious. There's plenty of time for you to do that, each of the sections, and for you to think about each of the topic areas. Right. And in terms of how much time this is going to take you, again, there's 6 individual sessions, there's 3 group coaching sessions and 3 curriculum sessions, in addition to your individual sessions that you're gonna just schedule on your own. So it'll work with your schedule. And the coaching pieces give you an opportunity to take what you're hearing, what you're thinking deeply about in the videos, and what you're reflecting on the workbooks. And the coaching time is for you to be with your coach. They're personalized conversations. And you can share your preference for whichever coach you'd like when you enroll, right? So you're not assigned. You get to choose the coach that you're interested in or share your preferences. And we'll do the best we can to make sure that we match your preferences. Okay, and we'll also have to balance what other folks are interested in as well. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of sneak peek into the website, our workbook, how things are organized, and how you'll be using your time. Keith, I think you've got more to share with us.
Yeah, I just want to reiterate a couple of things and share some details. So this is really for senior leaders, maybe senior leaders in higher education, maybe senior diversity officers in lots of industries. Also, we work with a lot of corporate and nonprofit leaders who want to take their equity leadership to the next level. Because it is for senior leaders, we are very mindful of your time. That's why we have all of these modules that you can watch whenever you want, however you want, and make it fit your schedule. So it's about 2 hours of video content, about 2 hours of homework each month. And so that is really manageable. We've tried to make all of this short, concise, and really powerful for you. There's no busy work, and we want it to fit your schedule. The cost for Evolve is $6,000 for the 3-month program with the 6 individualized coaching sessions, the 3 curriculum coaching sessions, the 3 group sessions, and all of the video content. The coaching value is really tremendous because through the modules, you're getting a lot of what we would actually do in regular coaching sessions. You're doing that on your own and then processing with us. So really, you're getting the value of about 12 coaching sessions in those 6 hours that you get to meet with each one of us individually. So the value is very, very high for this program. We'd love to have you join us. If you'd like to talk with any one of us, we'd be happy to schedule a time to connect and share a little bit more, answer any questions you might have. We really want to be as transparent as possible about what this is and make sure it fits for each one of you. As we mentioned, we limit this to 12-person for each cohort. You might think about joining. You might think about bringing a friend, a colleague from your organization who is similarly deeply knowledgeable and deeply committed around DEI, but maybe you're both wrestling with how to be more effective. Some people bring a bestie who's not in their organization, who they often talked about these things, who maybe work with another organization or partner to have someone join you in this. And I think that can also add value as well. As I mentioned, it's $6,000 for the Evolve program. We're happy to work with you on invoicing. Sometimes people want to do a before a fiscal year, across fiscal years, after a fiscal year. We're really happy to work with you to make that work in just about any way that you need. Dawn and Brian, is there anything else you want to add before we close?
Yeah, I'll just add a reflection that at this point, Evolve is no longer a new program. Evolve is something that we've now offered multiple times to multiple groups of leaders. I want to let you know that we're always refining, enhancing, and retooling Evolve based on what we learn with each
Would
new
you say
cohort
we're
of leaders that
evolving
comes
Evolve,
through.
Brian? Would you say?
I would, in fact, say that we are evolving Evolve. And so just know that this is a program that's living, right? This is not something that sort of just stays static in the way that it is, but that always we're making tweaks and improvements. And as we're doing that, the 3 of us working on adapting this program and helping it to grow along with our participants, want to just offer that we often will talk with each other about how Evolve is one of the favorite things that we get to do among all the different things that we do as coaches and consultants. Really deeply meaningful, the kinds of connections and the kinds of really deep, meaningful learning that we get to be part of with the folks who are in the Evolve program. You'll see that reflected in the testimonials on our website. but leaders who go through this program really get a lot out of it. And for us, that is so deeply fulfilling. And it's one of the things that makes it so much fun, frankly, to get to do this work with the leaders who choose to participate with us. And so we really, really hope that you will choose to have fun with us as well through this program. Don, anything you'd want to offer in addition?
Yeah, I and thank you for reminding us that Evolve is actually a lot of fun too.
Mhm.
This unique opportunity to be in community with other senior leaders is a very, very rare opportunity. I'd like to end just by sharing two just very short testimonials from our previous participants that might resonate with you. Right. So as we wind up, these are some of the things that, might be important to you. We had one participant who shared with us what an incredible professional development journey it was for them. They said, I really, truly didn't realize the level of impact it was making on my work in the moment. It has framed conversations and ideas in a strategic way I had not considered before. And this is a senior leader who really, really enjoyed and took advantage of the group sessions and just went deep and had a lot to think about and share and really shared with us that it was those group sessions were highly valuable. And then another senior leader said, really enjoyed the one-on-one coaching. They said the value of the one-on-one coaching is immeasurable. To have one of the faculty talk with you regarding the content is invaluable. In addition, the group sessions were transformative for me. I really appreciate hearing from colleagues who are going through this content alongside me and who are working through it on their own personal and professional context. So there you have it. I mean, you have two folks here who have gotten so much out of Evolve, and I personally really want that for you. And I look forward
Mhm.
to working with you and to seeing you as part of the Evolve program. That's really all, that's it. That's all. So
Mhm.
we'll see you soon. Keith, I think that's it for me.
Yeah, yeah, thank you. Thanks to both of you. Thanks to the folks who are watching. Evolve, as you've heard, is powerful. It is transformative, and it is a joy. And we'd love to have you be a part of it. If you want to talk more, feel free to reach out and connect with any one of us. We're easy to find and would love to connect with you and would love to see you soon in Evolve. Thanks very much. Bye all.